Okay, you've seen this one before if you've watched all my videos. If you might not have watched them all. I'm hoping this will be a better performance than the old one. And stick around to the end. So, here's a deck. We'll fan it out. Invite the participant to touch a card. Let's say they touch this card here. So I encourage them to remember that card, put it to the table. So then I'm going to fan the deck once more. Once again encourage another participant, a second person, to touch a card. Let's say they touch this one right here. So I encourage them to remember that card. That goes down to the table with that. I'm going to cut the deck in the middle. Put these two cards right next to each other in the middle of the deck. Okay, so we're ready to go. Before we go with the next part, I'm going to show you the tops and the bottoms of the deck. We only got one deck, so here we go. I'm going to show you the top and the bottom of the deck. Now, the reason for showing you the top and the bottom of the deck will become apparent in the next part towards the end of the trick. Okay, I set the deck down. And I'm going to do something very odd. I'm going to let my imagination run away. I'm going to imagine I'm pulling out of the actual deck an imaginary deck. There's an invisible deck just here next to this deck. I'm going to cut it, and I'm imagining that I'm so good at cutting a deck that I can cut it in a very specific place. I've cut the deck where the two cards went into the middle. I've separated the cards. I've left one behind and brought one across. And what that means is, when I complete the cut, this is an invisible deck that has one card at the bottom and the other selected card right at the top. So if I bring the deck, real deck and the imaginary deck together, this affects the real deck, so that one of the cards is at the top and the other card is at the bottom. Right, so I'm pretty sure it was a better performance than the first one that I did. But what was I going to say? I've forgotten what I was going to say. But anyway, let's look at how it works. Let's look at the tutorial for this one. So here's the secret. Here's the gimmick that you need, which some of you will probably have already figured out. I've got here a double back card. It's always a good idea to remove the two cards that are doubled, because you can't rely on them not showing their faces when you just don't want them to. So yeah, take them out, and this one goes on the bottom of the pack like this. So with that on the bottom, we're good to go. Now I remembered what I was going to say now. In the old performance, I used a sleight that I named display switch, and in this one I've used a different sleight. Now the display switch, with that trick, if you wanted to use that sleight, you'd have to go to look at how it works in the Three Little Pigs video that I did. That I explain it there, and the double facer, should I say, doesn't start on the bottom. It starts in the middle, just anywhere in the middle of the pack. Because with that one, you pull away, you keep going until you see the double facer as you're looking at the back of the card. When you see the double facer, you take it off and put it down, and then it ends up at the bottom. But for this one, I'm using a different slide, so the double facer is on the bottom of the deck. So I found the deck to start with and asked the participant to point, not to take a card, but to point to any card. The card they point to, you're going to show them, but you're going to fan the cards like this. So when you point to the card, when you show them the card, and get them to remember it, when you put it back down and deal it to the table, you're going to put it alongside the deck. So their card is going to go along, line up with the deck, and your thumb's going to go to the next card. So the card you put down is not their card. Okay, so the card that's here is not their card. Now, this card, which is their card, needs to be inverted and placed underneath the top card of the deck. In order to do that, I'm going to turn these, slide the card underneath, turn this, and then slide that card underneath as I put it on the top. So then the card ends up second from the top. So to show you that again, you've got the deck in two halves. This is on the top. You're going to rotate this part of the deck and slip the card at the back of it. Then you're going to rotate this half of the deck and slip that card to the back. I do it as I'm pulling this one up to put it in front. I slip the top card off onto the other side, because this card needs to be second from the top, inverted. Now I'm also going to spread the deck again, push a few across because you don't want to flash this card, push a few cards across, have them point again to a card, show them that card, stick it on the top, and what you're going to do, or what I do at least, is a second deal. So I'm going to deal the card underneath the card to the table. So it's going to go like this, being careful not to flash. If you hold the deck up and a bit tilted, you're not going to flash the face-up card. Okay, as you put that to the table. So what you've got here is just any old cards on the table, two cards masquerading as the selected cards. On the top, you've got the actual cards face to face on the top, and on the bottom you've got the double facer. So what you're going to do next, you're going to open the pack in the middle and put the cards in, and mention, notice that the cards are in the middle of the deck, adjacent to one another. Then you're going to show the tops and the bottoms of the cards. So you're going to take both of the cards off the top together, face to face, flip the deck, put them on the double facer, grab them top and bottom, turn them over and set them down to the table. being careful that those two cards don't separate in all that process. There they are on the table. Then you're gonna, when you've done this, the deck is face up. It's nice to work now with the deck face up. Pull off the face up card, turn the deck face over, and go like this. Because when you do this and you swivel these cards, it looks the same on the table as the other one. Now you've got the deck face down. So you're going to show the top and bottom again. You're going to get the first card, put the face down card on, turn the deck over, put the face up card on. Then you're going to get these two, again being careful not to separate the cards. You're going to go like this, and you're going to slide off the face up card, and then just place that one on, and then just peel off the topmost card as you turn the deck, without trying not to flash the bottom of the deck, and just put this one straight on top like that. So now you've done everything. This is one of the cards on the bottom, and this is one of the cards on the top. But I do like to spin out the end thing with the, rather than say, hey, guess what, the cards on the top and the bottom. Make it a bit mysterious. Build it up. I like to build it up. And there you go. That's the trick. That's how it works. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you. I'm not sure the slight that I used for the switch out the card. I think it's all right. I think it's not a bad slide. I don't know if it's as good as the display switch, but it's certainly a little bit more natural than that. So I'm using a different camera angle at the moment. What I need to do is have other people participating in some of the tricks. I've got some tricks I really want to show off, but I can't do them because I can't do them to a camera. I need another person to be present. So that's what the reason for the different camera angle is. Yeah, so watch out for those. Should be coming up. So take care. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Give us a thumbs up if you approved of it in any way, and have a great day. See you.